Hey guys, it's your girl Alicia, aka Geek XX Chic, back with another reaction. This is for a new show. This was, this came highly recommended. It looks very interesting. I completely missed like all of the advertisements and all of the buzz around this show, and it's probably just because I haven't watched a lot of like regular TV in the last few months, but the show is called Motherland. I've heard good things about this show. I'm really excited to get started, so without further ado, I've yapped enough. Let's get into this one, all right? Let's go. Oh, guys, remember Outside? Seems like so long ago. Why does this balloon look so weird all of a sudden? What? Why are people falling? Why is it raining bodies? It was a mass hypnosis spell. Holy crap, what?
Here are the three.
She is highly flammable. I don't think skin does that. Oh, it was a skin. Wow. All right, show. That is a way to start. That is a way to grab your attention in the first 5 minutes. Oh no, it's transference. That's not okay. No, there's no thanks here. No, I'm not down with this already. I do like the idea that there's an exchange, though, that it's not like she can just heal things. There's got to be like a give and take. Can we just talk about how snatched their outfits are? Yes, to the design team.
I will faithfully serve and obey the rules and articles for the government of the Army of the United States.
I already know this is a very bad idea. So what if they don't say the words? What happens?
Next, please.
Wait. Y'all are witches and you have to take a real plane and stuff? You have like brooms or something?
Some 327 years ago, when I made a deal with the Massachusetts Bay Militia, my terms were simple. Honor me. And
So wait, hold on. She's 327 years old. Are we hearing this? Or at least...
we were even America.
So are they immortal? Okay, man. What's up, Queen?
Welcome to All Sweet Cersei Barracks.
Where are you from? Chippewa Session, North Carolina. Looking pretty pale for Chippewa Session.
I love it.
What was the same? There's yours. Literally an inch from my vagina, so maybe when we get to know each other better.
Nope, that's okay. You can keep that to yourself, ma'am. Wow. Okay, this is the first day. Can we just establish some boundaries about what we gonna talk about and what kind of marks we gonna show? I feel like this should be a first day conversation. Apologies, guys. I realized halfway through that my camera's really struggling with focusing. I'm really sorry about that. So some of this video is blurry. Sorry. Oh, it's choir practice. That's so cute. You're not singing, are you, girl? You holding back. I see you, Rael. I'm sorry, are y'all just chilling outside when there's literally a tornado? I'm confused. If that's what they're doing, that's actually pretty cool. And terrifying. Woo, that jawline. It's kind of gonna just cut you in half for disobeying, ma'am.
Stop blowing it.
Or quit. Like, seriously. Why be there if you don't want to be there?
How can we fight them? If we can't even tell us much, like Alder said, with storm and fury.
You seem to know a lot about that. Yeah, no, something's up. Alder must be behind it.
How is it even possible that I got mud in my butt? I know how bad it is.
Mud butt! You know, she literally just got in trouble for being someplace she wasn't supposed to be. You think she'd learn, but Y'all doing drugs? When you so high, your hair stop floating. I love that the show took high, literally.
What were you thinking? Both to the infirmary.
Woo! You gotta love a drug that you can literally snap the high out of somebody. Yes, Queen. Let her know. Give her that.
Stay away from her.
That's right. You give her that Darth Vader slap. Do not mistake this jawline for weakness, ma'am. Okay?
We're through.
So it is the same woman. Okay. Why is she immortal? I have questions.
I want to be reassigned.
The hell was that? Cacophony of weirdness.
Your request is denied. This is on you, Private. You bring that girl round till she's right.
Just push her off a roof. Accidents happen.
Get out of my sight.
That is freaky as shit. Nope, nope. I quit. Quit. Hashtag quit.
Ladies,
I don't trust that woman at all.
voices.
Spray's malicious sing some evil song at us day and night, and now we can't get out.
I wonder if the evil song is like death metal, because I feel like that would probably kill me. Can we not lose the gymnasium? I mean, alright, let's just do this then. Everybody gotta die because y'all can't keep your stuff together.
You're both weak. Rail and her avoidance of responsibility, and you and your contempt and superiority. I'm the one who should walk.
Valid point, ma'am. Glad you told him. Just thought because she was quiet she didn't have a spine. That is an impressive braid.
One at a time.
I've never heard a tuning fork do that in my life.
Very good, Private Collar. That seat is a beast to master. Maintain it.
But how long? Like, what if you have bad lung capacity? That's a lot of breathing. Somewhere out here, Mariah Carey is dying. Stop. That was crazy. What?
How come it didn't work for her?
I feel like her mom's still alive.
But I didn't.
I think her mom's part of Spree. I knew it! Knew it. Hi. Just innocently hanging out, just burning my face off. Okay, that was the very first episode of Motherland, and wow, they definitely came in with a bang, didn't they? I kind of like that. I liked it in the first 5 minutes. You know, they always say that with any television show or with a book, that the first 5 minutes are what make the difference as to whether or not someone's usually going to decide to keep watching or decide that this probably isn't a great show. And they very smartly were like, we need to grip this audience in the first 5 minutes. And I think they did it well. As I said before, there's been lots of witch stories in the past and a lot of shows around it, but usually when it comes to female witches, unfortunately, we either get really, really cheesy and very, you know, kitschy with it, kind of like your Sabrinas or, you know, that kind of thing where everything's very cutesy, or it's like so dark and like, oh, they're all evil and they're actually hags in young people's skins who are just like boiling babies. Like there's no in between, you know what I'm saying? And especially if you're supposed to be talking about a modern day living amongst the world we live in type of situation. They never seem to have found that really nice balance, but I do like that this show seems to be taking it very seriously in the sense of, okay, if we actually had modern day witches, what would it be like? What would happen? And I like that they're showing a really nice balance with these characters between people who are witches, I should say, that are altruistic versus those who are actually not so altruistic and actually using their powers for evil. Just to start off the bat, as far as their characters, I mean, Raelle is obviously our chaotic person at the moment. We don't know if she's chaotic evil or chaotic good at this point. She does have an interesting storyline in the sense of she's joined this conscription, which, I mean, I guess conscription in its truest sense is that you can't really say no to a conscription. Traditionally, if you are conscripted to war and you are someone who's considered to be fit for war and you deny a conscription, in the past when like the US or Canada has done it, if you, or any other country, if you refuse, you literally usually have to serve jail time. So it's, you know, and I don't even know if it's worse for these witches, like if they don't go, if they go to jail or if they die. Like they didn't really get into too much of what the consequence is if they didn't say the words and chose not to enlist. I'm very curious as to what Raelle's reason is for joining, because she clearly does not have a good viewpoint of the army. Her mother didn't seem to have a good viewpoint of the army as well. It seems like there is a hierarchy magically, which I think is pretty cool, and I hope we're going to explore a little bit more of that as the season goes on. But it seems like, yeah, there is a hierarchy, and potentially Raelle's is supposed to be the lowest of it all. I don't know why I quoted Raelle. I meant to quote lowest, sorry. Apparently hers is like what they consider the bottom of the barrel because she's a healer, but it's not like true healing. And I kind of said that in the video earlier in the reaction, that I like that the show didn't just have it where she just magically makes diseases disappear. One of the basis of magic that we've seen out there has typically been that it's always an exchange, right? You can't just create something from nothing. You can't give without taking, so to speak. And so in this case, if, you know, Raelle heals somebody, as we saw, she actually has to take it into herself, which is super dangerous, obviously. And she can only do so much, it looks like, probably before she would probably die herself. So maybe, I mean, I don't know, potentially maybe if she grows her power or learns how to use it more effectively, she could get to a place where she couldn't do that. Or maybe she could figure out a way to take one illness and transfer it to someone else, which is kind of horrible, but it would be a way of doing combat magic with that. Very interesting, though, that she's joined this army clearly not feeling like she believes in all of the propaganda that's put out there. And honestly, from the get-go, like when I was listening to it throughout, it doesn't seem like it's a wonderful thing. It sounds like this treaty that they came to 300 years ago, it really wasn't for equality. It really was just to satiate these witches in the sense of, I guess, I don't know, we don't know. We haven't gotten any details of what went down 300 and some years ago and why they decided to come to this treaty. It's not cool, and it looks like a lot of the witches probably don't agree with it, but they go with the conscription because, like I said, we don't know what the consequence is if they don't at this point. But yeah, we got Raelle. We still aren't sure whether or not she is on the side of good or evil. Is she just, you know, joining the conscription because she doesn't want to make life difficult for herself or her father? Is she doing it because she wants to go in there and take the beast down from the inside? Like maybe she wants to find out what happened to her mom and maybe get a little revenge, right? We're not sure. It looks like there could be a mixture of all of them. And I feel like as the storyline progresses, we're going to see her try to decide for herself whether or not she wants to really believe in this cause or decide to be a force against it. Then we have our Miss Bellwether. We've got our prim and proper rich girl. I kind of like that we have, I always love diversity in casting. I love that we got a black woman in this role, that she's the girl who's from the rich family per se. I think she's also got a very interesting story coming along as well. They're definitely putting her out right now to be the prissy rich girl. And she definitely has some superiority issues. She does think she's a little better than the poor people. But I also don't think that all of that is 100% genuine. As we saw from her mom and the conversation, that her and her mom had very early in the episode, there's a lot of pressure being put on her. You know, she's got this Bellwether name and she's got to live up to it. And one of her great whatever grandmother was one of the very first people to be part of the military. And like, there's just all of this pressure that she didn't ask for being put on her because of her name. And, as much as we love to sometimes, think that rich and privileged children have no issues, it's not true. Like, everyone's got their own battles to face in their own way. And in her case, as I said, she may not even really believe in the military. She may not believe in these causes, but she feels this weight of her family. She feels this weight of expectation on her. And it very much came across in that conversation with her mom, like there would be kind of a denial of her place in the family potentially if she didn't perform to what they consider to be a proper standard. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see a little bit more of her. I think obviously her journey is going to be about living amongst the commoners and learning a little bit more about being just a good old-fashioned human and not having these superiority complexes that she has. But as I said, I think a lot of it just boils down to her feeling very insecure and scared about her place in her own family. And then finally, we've got Tally, I think her name was. Yeah, she just seems to be your super cutesy country bumpkin. You know, I grew up on a commune of a bunch of hippies, and I just feel like I need to do something because my life has been way too chill. And interesting, we heard her story about how she didn't actually have to join. Her mother did something to, oh yeah, she said her mom had petitioned because so much of her family line had already died that she said, listen, like if you conscript my daughter, our line might die out. So her mother managed to get some kind of leniency so that Tally didn't actually have to go. She could have said no to the conscription and she wouldn't have faced any consequences, I guess. But she felt like she needed to do it. She is the, you know, the wide-eyed girl who really thinks that, you know, she buys everything that she's been, you know, that they've been selling so far. And I think we're just going to, as this show goes on, we're going to see her get a few reality slaps as far as what the reality of war is, the reality of this whole conscription nonsense, because I think she really believes it is for a greater good. Plus, I think that Tally's going to find out a little bit more about why this spree organization exists and what they're really about. And I think that on a higher level, we're going to learn more about that. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I think Tally right now is a little bit of a blank slate. But I do think, as I said, it's going to be all about her growing up and maturing. But I also think that her overall generous and kind and even-keeled personality is exactly what we need with two strong personalities like Raelle and the Bellevue girl, because they are two very strong polar forces, but she's kind of like that neutral energy that they need to kind of keep everything going. So outside of that, I guess the only other interesting things, like I said, was this headmistress, leader, potentially immortal woman who's running this whole thing. I really have a lot of questions about her, and I hope more and more of her mystery gets unfolded as the season continues. I don't think she's being 100% forthcoming about everything. I want to know more about, like I said, what happened 300 years ago, what the actual agreement was. I want to know who was present. I feel like not all the witches that were there agreed to this. I have a feeling that the Bellwether family is potentially either on her side or part of a revolution. I don't know why, but something tells me that. I feel like the Bellwether's mom or some members of that family are actually part of Spree. Well, we see already that Spree has targeted Raelle as a potential recruit, and they're going to her through, sure, we'll call it her heart. And so far, the manipulation is definitely working. The Spree operative has already seen the seed of rebellion in her, and definitely they're feeding that fire. So we'll have to see whether or not Raelle decides to become a double agent or not, or if she just becomes that person who's going to become the middle ground, right? Who realizes that Spree isn't right, but neither is the army, and we need to find a new way entirely. So thanks for recommending this show. I'm enjoying it so far. Cannot wait for episode 2. So what did you guys think? Please leave your comments below if you got any theories, without spoiling, because I know the show has already aired. But if you have any theories and you're watching along with me, feel free to leave them below. I would love to read them. So guys, if you like this video, please click like. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Until next time, see ya.